What is it?
Oh, it's your baby teeth and an iTunes gift card. It's nice. No, it's a nice thing.
Most powerful men destroy their enemies in person. Logan Roy doesn't bother. In Season 3, Episode 7 of Succession, Logan Roy humiliates his son Kendall at the peak of his most vulnerable moment, his own 40th birthday party. And he does it without showing up, without making a phone call, without saying a single word. He sends a card. Inside, a formal offer to buy Kendall's shares in the company, and a handwritten note. 4 words: cash out and fuck off. What follows is one of the most precise and devastating power moves in television history. A masterclass in humiliation by proxy, in the weaponization of absence, and in the art of destroying someone using the thing they love most against them.
Okay, let me show you some shit.
Okay.
So, I consult.
To understand the brutality of what Logan does here, you need to understand what this party represents for Kendall Roy. Kendall has spent his entire life as the heir apparent, groom, position, and repeatedly passed over by a father who cannot bring himself to let go. At the start of Season 3, Kendall made the most consequential bet of his life. He turned on Logan publicly, exposed the family's crimes, and positioned himself as the righteous son taking down the corrupt empire. It didn't work. Logan survived, the legal threats dissolved. And by Episode 7, Kendall is politically isolated, legally exposed, and slowly being erased from the company his father built. So Kendall does what wounded narcissists do. He throws himself a party. Not just any party, a monument to his own mythology. The theme is literally his own birth.
Hey, so where's Madison?
Probably standing in a corner somewhere, monitoring his biometric.
Guests enter through a recreation of his mother's womb. The VIP section is his childhood treehouse. He plans to sing Billy Joel from across.
Honesty is such a lonely word.
This party is Kendall's attempt to rewrite the narrative, to stand in front of the world and say, I am still here, I still matter, I am the #1 boy. And Logan knows exactly what it is, which is precisely why what he does next is so perfectly surgically cruel. Now, most people who want to hurt someone show up, they confront, they argue, they make a scene. Logan does none of that, and the restraint is the message. This is the absent strike, one of the most sophisticated power moves in Logan's arsenal. By not appearing, Logan communicates something that no amount of shouting could ever convey. Kendall is not worth the trip. He is not a threat that requires Logan's physical presence. He is an administrative matter, something to be handled by paper, between more important things. Think about what a confrontation would have implied. If Logan had walked into that party and faced Kendall directly, he would have granted his son something invaluable: relevance. A confrontation says, you matter enough to confront. A phone call says, you matter enough to speak to. A card says, you are a line item. And the timing is the weapon. Logan didn't send this card on a Tuesday. He sent it to Kendall's 40th birthday, a day Kendall had turned into the centerpiece of his public identity. A day specifically designed to project strength, permanence, and cultural weight. Logan found the moment Kendall was most exposed and most invested, and he chose to strike precisely there. This is what separates elite operators from ordinary ones. They don't just attack, they choose the battlefield, and Logan chose a battlefield where every person Kendall cares about impressing is watching.
Okay, fuckface? Oh, shit! Oh, fuck, are you okay?
Roman pushing Kendall to the floor is not an act of anger, it is an act of permission. Roman has understood something essential about the current power structure. Logan has already stripped Kendall of his status. The card made that clear, and when a king removes his protection from someone, the court takes notice. Everyone around Kendall has already recalibrated. The question was simply, who would be the first to act on the new reality? Roman is that person. And by shoving Kendall in front of witnesses, he is doing something very specific. He is making the invisible visible. He is translating Logan's private message into a public declaration. Kendall is no longer protected. Kendall can be pushed. Notice what Roman does immediately after. He laughs. He doesn't apologize, doesn't check if Kendall is okay, doesn't acknowledge that anything unusual has occurred. Because in his mind, nothing has. He is simply reflecting the new order of things. The laugh is not cruelty for its own sake. It is a signal to everyone watching. This is where we are now. This is status removal in its most public form. Power is not just what you have. It is what others believe you have. The moment the people around you stop treating you as powerful, you are no longer powerful, regardless of your title, your shares, or your name on the door. Roman didn't take Kendall's power. He revealed that it was already gone. This is what the entire episode has been building toward. Kendall Roy, the man who organized a party themed around his own birth, who planned to sing from a cross, who built a monument to his own relevance, is sitting on the floor of his own celebration, wrapped in a blanket, being held like a child. And Logan is at home, comfortable, unaware, or indifferent. It doesn't matter which. This is the final tactic: destruction through indifference. The most complete form of dominance is not anger. It's the absence of it. Anger implies investment. Anger means the other person still matters enough to provoke a reaction in you. Logan's indifference communicates something far more final. Kendall is already irrelevant. The outcome was never in doubt. There was no battle because Logan never considered it won. Kendall built a party to prove he existed. Logan sent 4 words to remind him that existence requires permission. What makes Logan Roy one of the most psychologically sophisticated characters in television is that his cruelty is never impulsive. It is always architectural. He didn't stumble into destroying Kendall's birthday. He engineered it. He identified the moment of maximum exposure, when Kendall was most publicly invested in appearing powerful. And he delivered his message precisely there, using the people closest to Kendall as instruments. Roman didn't act alone. Roman acted because Logan had already set the conditions that made it possible. The card was the signal. Roman was the execution. The party itself was the stage. And Kendall, unknowingly, had spent weeks building that stage himself. This is the most dangerous kind of power move, one where the victim creates the conditions of their own humiliation and the aggressor simply arrives to collect. The lesson here is uncomfortable. Public confidence is a liability if it isn't backed by real power. When you build a monument to your own relevance, you are handing your enemies a target. And the more elaborate the monument, the more catastrophic its destruction. Kendall spent weeks planning a party to prove he couldn't be beaten. Logan ended it with 4 words and a postage stamp. That is the difference between a man performing power and a man who simply has it.